Today we are going to see about graphical representation of data. Graph is a visual form for presentation of statistical data which is used to visual display, analyze, clarify and interpret the numerical data. So, what are the advantages of this graphical representation? First one, they are very attractive and impressive. Whenever we see a picture or image, it will be looks attractive and impressive. It makes the data simple and intelligible. So, we don't need to see individual values or long data set. So, it is a very simple way to see the data. They make comparison possible. So, we can compare the different segments or the bars easily in the graphs. It saves the time and energy in the calculation. It has universal utility. They give more information and it is very easy to memorize the entire data set or nature of data set. What are the types of diagram or types of chart? One dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional and non-dimensional. In one dimensional, we have the line diagram, simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, subdivided or component bar diagram, percentage bar diagram. In two dimensional, we have the rectangles, circles, pie charts, whereas in three dimensional, we can see in the cube, cylinder and sphere shape charts. Non-dimensional, we have the pictograms, only pictures will be available in this, there is no dimension. So, first we see the what is meant by scatter plot. So, scatter plot is nothing but the disbursement or the scattering of the points over the x values. So, this is just nothing but plotting the points in the Cartesian system. Now, when we have such type of plot, scatter plot, and we join these points by a straight line, it will be called as line diagram, or simply we can say that the points of particular data set will be joined by the line is called as line diagram. It is mostly used for the seeing the trend. You can see the over a month, over a year, what is the trend. Next is simple bar diagram. Here bar represents the categorical data with rectangular bars. These are the rectangular bars with height. It has the height. Each bar have its height and it represents the particular category. So, bars are plotted either vertically or horizontally. So, this bar is vertical. We can also draw as horizontal bar. The vertical bar chart sometimes called as column charts. Now, we can see that the genotypes are the categorical data and it has the values plant height. So, 79 represents the genotype 1. So, we can have the one bar, rectangular bar for the particular genotype, that is G1. Now, whenever we do this plot of bar, we have to take care that it should have the equal size and they are equidistant from each other, because each bar represents the category. So, it is useful for the comparison of different categories. Now, suppose I am having the another variable rice and wheat over a year. So, I can have the two bar diagrams. So, instead of having this multiple individual bar diagram, I can have the in a single diagram, I can have multiple bars, such as in 2016, what is the area under cultivation for the rice, wheat, pulses and cereal. So, this is area in the lakhs per hectare, lakhs in hectare. So, each bar represents the particular crop and they are distinguished by the different colors, so as to easily identify the nature of graph. Now, similar like multiple bar, we can reduce this space by using overlapping. So, this called as overlap bar chart. Just we are overlapping the another category on the one. So, this is what the overlap bar chart. Now, we will see this segmented or stack, or you can say component or divided bar diagram. So, in this variable have this simple bar chart where each bar is broken into different categories, that is each will have the different colors. So, this color will represent the particular subcategory. So, let us see one example. So, in 2016 we have the total area under cultivation is 1292 lakhs hectare. Now, this is divided into different categories. So, that we can calculate or we can plot as 1292 first one bar, and again it is divided into subcategory. So, each category will represent the particular crop. So, here we can compare easily what is the total area under cultivation in year. Also, we can compare the subcategories over the years. Now, percentage bar diagram. Like previously we saw the divided or component bar diagram. So, that can be also converted to percentage and it can be seen as like this. Now, if you see this, we can see that the end of each bar, top of each bar is 100%. Like previous we have the different height, here we have same height. So, in the objective it may ask the question, the height of percentage bar diagram for different category will be similar or different. Okay. So, you remember this, the height of each bar will be 100%, it is the same. Now, in this case each category is divided as the percentage over the total. So, here also we can compare the by different colors and different percentage over the years what is the rice production or rice cultivation. Now, broken bar chart. Suppose in a masters the students admitted strength department wise, we can plot it on the x axis subject, y axis number of students. Here we can see that the two subjects having the highest strength compared to other. So, by seeing this graph, sometimes it is very difficult to understand what is the values of this. So, to avoid this we can have the broken chart. In the broken chart we will make like the approximation for the y axis similar to that bar also. So, it is called as broken bar chart. It is a simple bar diagram, but only because of this length of particular bar is more than compared to others, we go for this broken bar chart. Now, we will see the histogram. Histograms are used for the continuous data. Now, suppose we are having the plant height over the different class 70 to 80, 80 to 90, and there are number of plants in the each class. So, this can be seen visually by histogram. So, you can see that this is also one of the type of bar diagram where each bar is attached to each other. So, we will see what is the difference between bar diagram and histogram. In bar diagram, we have these bars at equal distance. So, there is a distance between each bar and that is equal. So, that is a gap between bars. Here there is no gap between the bars, they are attached to each other. Now, the x will be most of the time in the bar diagram will be either categorical variable or in the order number like genotypes or the year. While as in the histogram we have the numerical values and it has the range, there is a quantitative data and continuous data. Okay, it is of continuous nature. See, next is pie chart. Pie chart is a circular diagram which is used to visualize the components of single factor, and this circle is divided into segments, different segments with respect to proportion of the component. We have seen the hibiscus plants with different colors of flowers, red color, yellow color, pink color and white color. We have the number of flowers at a particular occasion and we have calculated its percentage, and this can be represented by the pie chart or the circular bar diagram, where each segment represents the particular category. Red flower is 23%, yellow flower is 33%, pink flower is 27%. So, likewise each segment will be represent the particular category. Now, we will see stem and leaf plot. It is a device for presenting the quantitative data in a graphical format, similar like histogram. In histogram, we can see the nature of data, that is shape of distribution, whether it is a normal, whether it is skew on the right, skew on the left. We can see the nature or shape of the distribution. So, in stem and leaf, suppose we have the 2 digits 14, 29, 31, 25, 10, 21, 24, 35 and 42. Now, first we arrange this data into increasing order. So, we have 10, 14, then 21, 24, 25, 29, then we have 31, 35, then last one is 42. Now, in this it form like a tree, like a stem will be there and leaf will be there. So, in stem and leaf, suppose we have these two values 10 and 14, one will form as stem and 0 and 4 will form as leaf. One will form as stem and 0 and 4 will form as leaf. Now, coming to next data 21, 24, 25, 29. In this we have the 2 as a stem, where 1, 5, 4, 9 will be form the leaf. Similarly, we can form the 31 and 35 and last one is the 42. So, you can see the shape of the distribution, Now, next one is a box plot. Most of the time box plot will be used in the descriptive statistic because it represents 5 numbers. So, it is a 5 number summary. Box plot is a 5 number summary. So, where we can see the minimum value and the extreme value as a maximum value, then first quartile, third quartile and the median. Minimum, maximum, first, third quartile, median. Remember these 5 points. Sometimes in objective it will ask that which one of the following is not represented by the box plot. So, there will be different option: minimum value, maximum value, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, mean value. So, answer will be mean. Okay. So, this is how. So, if you like, you can subscribe this channel to see the new videos. Thank you.